Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 17 of Civilization 5 as France. We are pretty much getting ready to declare war on France. I would have liked to have had another few units up there beforehand, just before we start. And I certainly think I'm going to give it another couple of turns just to try and get a few more things in position. Let's forgive him for spying on us. Hopefully that will give another positive modifier. Yep, we forgive them for spying. It's only a very small modifier, but, you know, everyone should help. He's not guarded anymore. Probably won't go for a declaration of friendship, so we won't even bother with that. Managed to rig the election here now. I should have just waited, and I'd have probably flipped that over. I forgot I had a spy there, because I did that on the previous play session. So we've discovered archaeology. Gold per turn to Darius. Wow, so we were selling cocoa to Morocco. And spices to Darius, and copper from Morocco. So let's go back to Morocco. I would like to buy your... Right, copper for cocoa. Would you do a straight swap? Yes, you would. Okay, brilliant. You have silver that you are willing to trade, but I don't have anything spare. I don't really need the happiness, but grabbing the stuff while we can grab it makes a lot of sense because it gives us additional happiness. Wow, would you give me for 10? 11. 11's my max. No, okay. Because that happiness means we get golden ages faster, so it's well worth doing that. You have spices. You're guarded, though, so you're probably not willing to sell me the spices. Would you take 9 gold per turn? Yeah, you see, a lot of people really don't like me, which is making it difficult to buy some of these resources. I mean, we're okay on happiness. That's not really the problem here. We could try and get furs from Morocco. I don't think it... Oh, Morocco must be getting some furs from a city-state, because it says they've only got 1. If you're willing to sell me your furs, then... yeah, it's got to be 9, isn't it? Okay, fair enough. So that's a fair deal. So we've got some good happiness there. Public school is finished here, so there's another boost on science. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves... let's start getting some of our factories, actually. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we certainly need to get some as quickly as we can. You're going to build a mine. You finished the coal now. That's fantastic. I guess we... Is there any point in clearing this marsh? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could go ahead and build a farm there, I think. It'll be slightly better than a trading post. So on to the next turn. Still need to see if we can get France to go to war with somebody here. See, we've got an antiquities site there. Now, it might be nice if we could steal that from France. I forgot to check where I got any in my own territories, actually. Because I'm sure I've got some. We've got one there next to Zhengzhou, so that will be a landmark. And I'm just having a look around to see if I can see any others once the camera stops misbehaving. There's one over there, too far away to work, but we can lift it as an artifact. We've got one, that's the one I spotted before. One over here, which will be too far away to work, but again, it can be lifted as an artifact. We've got one down here, which again, too far away. Another one down here, another one here. So a fair few antiquity sites. Unfortunately, most of them are too far away to actually do anything useful with, but we will go ahead and grab them where we can. Really running out of decent tiles to go and upgrade now. We haven't got anything on the sheep there, but the sheep are too far away, so that's fine. Really struggling for jobs for workers to do. Right, let's have a look down here and see if there's worth building anything on any of our other tiles somewhere. I guess we could go ahead and get the occasional trading post in the jungle. At least we could work a science tile and get some extra production or some extra gold out of it. Let's go on to the next turn. And if I can't get Persia or France to declare war on each other, then I might just ask Persia if they want to join me, which is probably going to be the safest option, really. I want to move you here and see if I can not get you up over there. We've got a great general. We'll have another... you can stay there. We'll have another musketman. As soon as we've checked down the bottom for the barbarian camp, I'll bring that other musketman up top as well. Now, this is a hill, I think. No, forest plains. That's a hill. That would put the crossbowman in bombardment range of the city, though, which is a little problematic. This wouldn't, so I might stick him here. Persia's still guarded. Okay, so you're going to move over there. Now, if I were to say to you... would you care to declare war? I'm surprised you said no. Well, he didn't say no, but he wanted a lot of stuff. Wow, you're willing to do that fairly cheap now. That's about 10 gold per turn, I think. Or 11. Let's try 12. Yep, there we go. So France has now gone to war with Persia. We'll give him a couple of turns to move some of his units away from the border, and then we will seize our opportunity to run in and try and do some damage to him. I guess we could go and... oh, we've really not got a plantation on that cocoa. Wow, I honestly thought we had. Okay, well, we'll go and do that then. Obviously missed that one. And hopefully he should move all of his units towards Persia. And we're going to try and take Tiwanaku and, if we can, Machu. Still got Bogota on our side. They don't have much in the way of units, but hopefully they will provide a little bit of a distraction and help out there. So it would be nice to find out where those barbarians are and what are they doing. Busan has finished its observatory. Brilliant. That's another scientific boost for us. What do we want to get over here now? Castle probably wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? Let us go and... well, we got decent food here. It's not terrible, I suppose. We could go and get our... because we don't have any of the guild buildings here. We could get our musicians guild here, I suppose. But I think we'll leave it for one of our cities that has a bit more food. Let's go ahead and make sure we get an opera house. We do need to get factories everywhere, of course. You finish the stable. That's fine. Let us go and grab our factory here, because that'll increase your production. Where are you going? You were supposed to be moving here, I think. I thought that was the plan. And a unit needs orders. Right, do we declare war now, or do we give it one more turn? I think we give it one more turn. Cargo ship was previously going to Samarkand. Decent amount of gold. Putting religious pressure on them, so carry on. Persia stole navigation. Fantastic. You can actually move up there, because you're outside of France's borders if you do. And we will have to move in. Move in with some of our ranged units. Worker here was going to build a trading post. Next turn. One turn away from that musketman. We can go and have a look for the barbarian camp down there. You want to get war on Genghis. Not really my problem. A little bit too far away for me. But, you know, have at him if you want to. 4 turns away from a great writer. I think we've got one more space for great writing. We'll have to make sure we keep as many of those buildings going as possible. Samarkand wants Protestantism. Good stuff. Ivory from Genghis Khan ended. Unit promotion, blah blah blah, and stuff. So, you still have ivory. I would still like your ivory. This until it gets pillaged. Coca for ivory. Fair deal. Okay, so we finished the musketman in Seoul. What do we want to build here now? We could go and get that Musicians Guild, because we could swap between the Musicians Guild and the Writers Guild, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. We're not working any sea tower resources, no point in having a lighthouse. I guess getting an armory wouldn't be a bad idea, and a factory though. Let's go ahead and start working on the factory before anything else. Promote a unit, you are going to have shock. And let's get you moving down here just so we can go and see if there's any barbarian camps. We are going to need to get some archaeologists as well. You can keep going on to Bratislava, should be fine. Another cargo ship who was taking production to Seoul. You can carry on doing that, so that'll knock some turns off our factory. And then we could go on to the next turn, or we could start getting ready to attack France. But I think we'll do it on the next turn. I think we'll finish this turn and let them move their units towards Persia a little bit more. Looks like Zurich are having a few problems with barbarians, so they should be able to sort them out though. They've got a pikeman right next to an archer. Not sure how that archer managed to get there. I'm not going to carry on with that offer. Yeah, come on, you've got like 2 crossbowmen in range and a pikeman. Ah, no, well, you all want to buy my stuff off me now, don't you? Well, we'll do it on my terms. Still got the open borders with France, unfortunately. It should go away. Well, it'll go away once we declare war anyway. Although, technically, you have open borders when you're at war, but you know what I mean. Zhengzhou has grown. What tile are you working now? You went on to that one, which again is a pretty poor tile. Let's at least try and get one that is a bit better. Again, let's go for the 2 food and 2 science. And make it our sort of science city. Or we could just go ahead and work the public school, I suppose. It's not a bad idea. 22 turns until new growth, but that's fine. Unit needing orders. You're going to build a plantation there. Let's go and say hello to France. So, if I were to declare war on you now, there's still a couple of trades going on, but that's fine. So, we need to have a little look and just make sure they don't have any units around that are going to be too problematic. We're going to try and move in with our cannons. You're going to have to set up... Of course, we've got this Great Wall problem. Even though we can't see the Great Wall because it's not around this city, they do still have the Great Wall, and that is still going to cause us issues. So I'm going to try and move up as many of my ranged units as possible. Should also make sure we've got the Great General over here. But as soon as we get into their borders, it becomes very, very problematic. They do have a crossbowman in there. Yep, thought there was a camp down here, so we'll go ahead and deal with that on the next turn. Musketman against a crossbowman should be a fair, decent win. Yeah, taking a fair bit of damage there, which was expected, to be honest. They're actually moving a few units back down this way now, which I don't like. The main problem is that they've got the Great Wall. That's going to be the biggest issue down here of anything. Hopefully Bagata are going to cause some issues for them. Okay, so we can set you up and we can fire. Wasn't a lot of damage. You're out of range, but if we move you in, it's going to use all of your movement. But we've got to do it. It's the only option we've got. We're going to try and move in some of our musketmen, because doing so should reduce their ability to attack. I guess I could just sort of move some of these units around and attempt to get some shots in with crossbows. We may lose a unit or two here. I really don't want to. I mean, I could just go ahead and spend the great... This isn't a bad idea, actually. I've just thought about this. Now, you guys might think this is a bad idea, but I quite like it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my Great General. I'm going to grab a citadel, because that will make sure that even when this city is captured, normally it wouldn't be worth doing it, but I don't intend to keep the city. So it means if I turn the city back over to the Incans, I will have the dies and I will have the antiquities site. The antiquities site's still too far away to work, but at least we will be able to grab it safely. And it won't take us too long to get a new Great General either, so I'm not too bothered about that. So let's start moving you around in this direction. I don't think we're going to lose a unit on this turn, but it is a possibility. You need to sort those guys out. Then we'll bring these guys back up to the front. So yeah, having the Great General bonus is nice. We'll actually have a look in a minute and see how far away we are from getting another Great General. So those guys, at least while he's firing at crossbowmen, he's not firing at my cannons. Apart from whatever's just managed to fire at my cannons from off screen. He might have a ship there, actually. It's quite possible that that's what that was. There we go. We've got some Begotten Musketmen coming in, so at least they're going to help out a little bit over here. So we'll just wait for the Barbarians' turn to finish. They probably... Oh, they didn't actually attack. Well, let's go and try and take them again. Nearly got them. On the next turn we will. Great person, we have ourselves a great writer, and we can go ahead and create the great work, so let's do that straight away. And let's have a look what we've got going on over here. First of all, let's look at our great person list. We're not too far away from getting another great general, so that's fine. Let's do as many of our attacks as we can first. And we'll set up and fire from here. Now, what we can do is if we actually go ahead and pop the Great General and grab this citadel, now these are our borders. And because these are our borders, it means that we're no longer affected by this really annoying and stupid Great Wall jobby, which means we can actually move some units closer in. Now, you are going to pillage that farm and get some of your health back. These guys could fire at you. I think we're actually going to fire at them, see if we can weaken them up a little bit. We've got a pikeman here. We can't really do a lot with you, but we can sort of get you in around the back. You may be useful. Bear in mind the reason I'm doing this is just to try and get the Incans back into the game, because doing so will get rid of some of the penalty that I have with the other AI. And then we should be able to get some research agreements. That's the plan here. And just the fact that I know that at some point France is going to bring the war to me. Yeah, instantly, look, somebody wants to buy my dies. If you want to give me 9 to 7 gold for them, yep, she'll give me 9. Fantastic. Now, the good thing is, if they actually get pillaged, and I've actually lost that guy there, which is a bit of a shame, and I've lost a cannon. No, I didn't lose the cannon, but he did take a big hit. They've got a lot of units around somewhere. Is that a French unit or is that a barbarian? No, it's a French unit. Just got to be careful we don't get this like trade route pillaged or something like that. That's it. You keep taking out the French units for me. That'll do fine. So we'll have to go back to unit production a little bit. But that should be okay. Okay, so you're taking a lot of bombardment, which I don't particularly like. So I'm going to move you over here, and I'm going to move you over here. And you are going to set back up. You're going to set back up as well. Don't have anyone else who is close enough that can fire. If we put you up here on the hill, you'll be able to fire. We'll start moving in with you. You have finished work on... What was that? Was that coal? No, who knows. Let's go down here and get another farm. I think it was just a standard mine. Let's finish those guys off then. They did manage to get another boat out, but that should be sorted. Okay, that's the camp cleared. There's some free monies. Let's go ahead and... let's just buy another cannon. Oh, we've not annexed this city. Well, that's fine. As annoying as it is, we can just buy the cannon here in Busan and send it up. So, let us buy a cannon. And we can instantly have accuracy, and we'll give it cover as well. And you won't be able to move on this turn, so let's not worry about that. You're going to just stay there on defensive. You are just going to stay there on defensive. You're going to stay there on defensive. And in fact, I think I'm actually going to bring you guys around to this side. Because we do know they had some units around there. So we'll probably take a volley or two from France. I don't know what they're going to target. They'll probably still go for this cannon. There's Morocco cleaning up some barbarians. Yeah, so they are still going for this cannon. We might have to... If it does... No, it didn't survive. I was just about to say we might have to back up with it, but it actually didn't survive, which is very annoying. Yeah, they've got this galleass at the back, which is doing a fair bit of bombard to us, which is getting on my nerves, but there's not a lot we can do about it. Ah, looks like one of the city-states is actually coming there to help out. It's not going to help an awful lot, because he's still going to get wrecked, but we will do what we can. So even that one cannon on its own should do a fair bit of damage. It's certainly not worth attacking with these guys. Let's just make sure you guys just stay fortified. There's no reason at all for you to be doing anything else. You are going to get the... Might as well get shot too. And we'll bring you back, get you rested up a little bit. Unit needs orders. That's going to be a farm. Let's just move up with you, because the more targets we give you, the more likely you are to leave the cannons alone, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you will. We'll take a few turns to get up there, but that's fine. Now, I can move in close with you. We will be moving across the river, which is risky. Now you're in range of... Actually, you're in range of a lot of units. That was a stupid move. We might lose that Gatling gun, unfortunately. But I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. If he fires at the Gatling gun, he's not firing at the cannon. And he's used his city bombardment to fire at that city-state ship. So that's fine as far as I'm concerned. You're backing off, which is good. So if you're having to deal with the city-state... That's also good. If the city-state goes and does some damage to you, I'll be a lot happier. So you're still firing at these guys, but these guys are just going to sit here and heal, so they should be fine. So we should have another round of volleys from the cannon, and from the Gatling gun, and from the crossbow. So we should be able to do a little bit of damage here. So first of all, let's go ahead. The cannon gets an upgrade. Cover would be nice, but I'm going to go ahead and give it volley. Let's try and... We've only got one cannon at the moment, so we really need to do as much damage as we can with every shot. You are going to shoot at that, although you won't do a lot of damage. You will still do some. You're going to shoot at it as well. Got its health down to half. Let's get you over here, and you'll be able to take a shot at it on the next turn. We finished the Opera House down here. I think it's probably time to go and get an archaeologist, because we don't have any yet. Unit needs orders. You can move up this way. I'm just giving them a target-rich environment. Because the more things they've got to shoot at, the less chance they've got... The AI is a little bit dumb, because it doesn't always necessarily prioritise the most dangerous target, and does have a habit of shooting, splitting its... shots up over several targets, and that's quite bad, because instead of killing off a single target, it just weakens 3. But if that's what we need to do... And he's going for my pikeman, which is my most useless unit on the field at the moment. So that's 2 shots, 3 shots. 3 shots is just wasted on the weakest unit, which means that my Gatling gun, my cannons survive for another turn. And hopefully Bogota are actually going to do something about these crossbowmen. And we've discovered oil. We've now got biology. Guess we need to actually choose a new research here, because we don't have anything queued up. So we should probably grab rifling as quick as possible so we can get riflemen. And then we should probably go into dynamite so we can get artillery. We're probably not going to be doing an awful lot of warfare straight away, but just in case we do get a French counterattack, it could be very, very useful. So we're going to get you to fire back. Appreciate that you don't do an awful lot of damage, but there's not really much that I can do in that situation. You are going to fire another volley. Going to move you into range and set up, but you won't get to fire on this turn. Won't do enough damage if we just throw units at it, so we're not going to bother. You guys get a shot at it as well. Again, it's a pretty feeble shot, but still 13 hit points less that the city has. I did mean to end the video there before I hit next turn, but we'll do that at the end. We'll just see what happens. He's actually willing to declare peace already, which is good. You're now firing at the city-state troops, which again means my troops survive for another day. What I might try and do with France is piece them out as soon as we get Tiwanaku, and possibly see if they'll give us Machu in the peace deal. They probably won't, but we'll see what happens. There's metallurgy discovered anyway. But that is all for this video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization 5's career, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.